India and the Quad. The world is changing constantly at fast pace as the new power centers are emerging and older ones are rejuvenating. The Chinese aggression in its maritime and the land domain is a fine example of the quick and rapid changes occurring in the neighborhood of India. In this context, the four countries that is India, Japan, and Australia and the US have joined hands to strengthen their efforts to secure their interest in in all the squares. This combination of the four nations led to the formation of what we call the Quad. What is Quad? Quad is a quadrilateral security dialogue is an informal strategic dialogue or forum. It aims to ensure that support a free, open, and a prosperous Indo-Pacific region. The idea of a Quad grouping was first proposed by the former Chinese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in the year 2007. At that time, the idea could not move forward at Australia had pulled out apparently due to Chinese pressure. Another reason of the discontinuation of Quad included more Beijing-friendly regime in Japan and reiteration of India-China relationship. In 2012, Abe again suggested the joining of the four nations to form democratic security diamond to safeguard maritime interests from the Indian Ocean to the Western Pacific Ocean. However, the idea could not come to fruition. During the 2017 ASEAN Summit, all the four members rejoined the negotiation to revive the quadrilateral security alliances. They gave shape to develop a new strategy to keep the critical sea routes in the Indo-Pacific region free of any influences, especially in the Chinese influences. The Quad group is maintained by semi-regular summit meetings, information exchange, and military drills of all the members. Objective of Quad. As in the recently released statement titled The Spirit of the Quad, the group's primary objectives include maritime security, combating the COVID-19 crisis, especially vis-a-vis basin diplomacy, addressing the risk of climate change, creating an ecosystem for investment in the region, and boosting technological innovation. Also, the core objective of the Quad is to secure a rule-based global order, freedom of navigation, and a bilateral trading system. Consistently, it is seen as a strategic grouping to reduce the Chinese domination. It seeks to contain a rising China and work against its predatory trade and economic policies. Another purpose of the Quad is to offer alternative debt financing for nations in the Indo-Pacific region. Further, Quad members have also indicated a willingness to expand the partnership through a so-called Quad Plus that would include South Korea, New Zealand, and Vietnam, amongst others. Initiatives and its prospect of a Quad grouping. Earlier in the February 2021 Quad Ministerial meeting was hosted by the US on a virtual platform. It focused on pressing issues like COVID-19, climate change, and emerging technologies. It also discussed issues across the Indo-Pacific and the military takeover in Myanmar. Various initiatives and further prospects that were discussed in it are as follows. Helping to vaccinate the world, the Quad countries recognize the importance of open and secure supply chains for vaccine production and agreed to ensure equitable access to vaccines to fight the pandemic. Better healthcare and health security, the Quad countries support the call for a global pandemic radar. They agreed to improve the viral genomic surveillance by working together to strengthen and expand the WHO global influenza surveillance and response system, enhance climate adaptation resilience and preparedness. Quad countries committed to increase the Indo-Pacific region's resilience to climate change by improving critical climate information sharing and disaster resilience infrastructure, promote critical and emerging technology. The Quad countries discussed to focus on standard development activities as well as foundational pre-standardization research. enhances cybersecurity. One of the most important concerns discussed in the meeting was cybersecurity. To tackle this problem, the Quad nations decided to launch a Quad senior cyber group discussion on the China. Concerns regarding Chinese cyber attacks on the US targets, Microsoft Exchange, and SolarWinds, and also cybersecurity incidents in India, Japan, and Australia were discussed. The line of actual control was discussed as one of the several examples of Chinese aggression. Other issues related to Hong Kong, Xinjiang, Taiwan Strait, and the corrosion of Australia harassment around the Senkaku were also discussed. Advantages or opportunities for India. The Quad provides India with many advantages to eliminate the various challenges in its faces. The opportunities for India include secured borders. With energy aggression on India's border, Quad can improve to be an effective alliance to reduce Chinese influence in the border regions of India. The situation in northern borders has been worsened by both China's and Pakistan's influence in the pressurizing India. Quad can play a balancing role in this situation too. Secured maritime space. A huge chunk of Chinese trade happens via the Indian Ocean routes that pass through maritime checkpoints. In the context of Chinese aggression on the border and India, with the help of cooperation of Quad countries, can disrupt Chinese trade and ensure their cooperation on borders. Sustainability in Indian Ocean. With India located right at the center of the Indo-Pacific geopolitical imagination, it has a responsibility to act as the net security provider in the Indian Ocean region for providing sustainability and prosperity in the Indian Ocean region. India, along with Quad nations, can counter China's string of faults or maritime Silk Road and its debt trap diplomacy. Stability in the region. India is concerned about the declining significance of the US and a growing Chinese influence in the Indian Ocean and the Asian region. These imbalances created by such a situation may create instabilities in the region that affect India's interests. Thus, Quad grouping can be opportunity to influence stability in a neighborhood region. Challenges with Quad. Though the Quad grouping has been perceptible advantage, it has various issues with which include an undefined vision. Despite the potential of cooperation, the Quad remains a mechanism without a defined strategic objectives. Despite its lofty ambition, the forum does not have a definite structure. It lacks a secretariat or any other permanent decisions making body. Non alignment. India's foreign policy works on a principle of non-alignment. India will need to abandon its strategic or non-alignment in order to counter the Chinese threat by having a formal alliances with the US and the other two countries in the form of a Quad. Chinese closeness to Asian China has advanced huge loans to the Asian region. It also has several strategic infrastructure projects and military bases in the various islands of Asian countries. Chinese influence has further grown in the ASEAN after the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Pact. No coverage among members. All the Quad members have different strategic interests. They look forward to the Quad to enhance their own interest and fulfill their aspiration. A coherent vision among the Quad member is absent, though advances have been made in various talks among the members, but a common and a long-term vision document is necessary. There is no provision for collective defense or joint military exercise to show unity and diplomatic cohesion. Way forward. The Quad will have to evolve a clear vision for itself. It will need to move beyond Chinese centricity, be open towards accommodating each other's interests, and ensure that talks of a free and open Indo-Pacific are more than just talk. The Quad should focus on building a robust regional mechanism and cooperate with all the regional players to evolve a more inclusive Asia, simultaneously balancing each other's interests.